Okay, we've got Saul. What's going on, man?
Hey, Mike, what's happening?
Oh, just working hard. What about you, man?
Same here. Dealing with a bookkeeper. Apparently, we did a healthy volume of business last year, and we have to pay Uncle Sam. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
Hey, so listen, I have a deal. I want to run it by you. Get your opinion on it. We're buying a house for 20. We got a buyer for 25, and she needs a loan. And this is a kind of like a wholesale deal. So we're talking hard money on the loan.
Okay.
Any way you look at it, it's a slam dunk. I mean, $20,000 profit in a week, it's great. But if we do the loan, the monthly payments to us, it's going to be $300 per month.
Okay.
And obviously the note is going to become due in 1 year, but that $300, it's what I'm wondering, is it worth it? In other words, do you have a minimum that you recommend for finance deals?
That's going to be something that's different for everybody, right? The bigger you get, the higher your minimum gets, right? So I don't want to discourage anybody on the call from doing deals based on what we're about to talk about, because it varies the size of your company, okay? Some people, that $300 a month to get the business up and going. For me and how big my operation is, that to do a note that only makes, 150, 200, 250, our minimum is usually right around probably about 350 to 400 is where we try to keep our minimum. Unless it's just a slam dunk easy deal. And the reason is I've got a staff that I have to pay to operate while, to take care of that 300. So if I look at what I pay a staff to operate and track a $300 note, is it worth it to me when it's all said and done? I'd have to do a whole lot of them to make a lot of money. Which you can do if you want to get set up on volume, it works. So you've just got to decide what you want to do, what direction you want your business in, and if it's worth it to you for that.
No, I think that we're on the same page here. It's one of those things that $300 doesn't really get me hot anymore. I don't think it's even worth my time to do the $300 note. Now, the numbers are fantastic. So that's what I'm thinking. Do I go with a wholesale fee of $25,000 cash, which ties into the conversation that you were having with the previous caller? You want to have a little bit of capital available in case something happens? Or do I want to take the little payments a month and, in a year from now, she's going to have to pay off the entire amount or, extend it?
Yeah.
It's just a $300 is low.
Yeah, you've got to assess the needs of your company at the time, And so like today I did one that I'm not going to make, I think I'm going to make $350 a month on it. That's a rarity for me, but I've sold this, it's in an area where I've sold the same guy 8 houses. This would be his 9th house, called him up, yes, I want it, he pays perfect. That one's worth doing. I can, I'll take that all day long, so I've sold 10 of them to him. So I make $36,000 a year off the one guy, But if it's one that I'm buying for 20 and I'm going to try to sell it for 40 and there's only making $140 a month, that might not be worth it for me and how big my operation is, because I'm paying someone $15, $20 an hour to monitor that loan.
Right.
And if that loan's got to go through foreclosure, it really might not be worth it.
Exactly
So,
my thought.
You've just got to decide and assess kind of where your company stands.
Now, yeah, and I agree with you 100%. The previous caller mentioned that he was very excited with his first payment coming into the mail. And it made me wonder. Yeah, and he was a little bit concerned that the borrowers might not pay him. So I was thinking, have you noticed a trend in the time frame that a new borrower starts going sideways and defaulting on the payments?
Yes.
Like, is it like how many years or how many
Right
months
away.
or how many hours? Really?
So I was talking to a note buyer yesterday about this. Your average note, for them, 85% of their notes go bad within the first 2 years.
Really?
95% of their notes go bad within the first 3 years. After that, they don't see an issue. A 5% issue.
So why do you think that is?
Because people show their true colors right away. To tell you the truth, that's just what it comes down to. If they're going to, most people aren't going to lose it over something small, especially the way we everybody on the call sets up their notes with the big down payments and everything. If somebody has 20% down, then, 10-20% down, they have some money in the bank. They're not going to get caught with their pants down if they lose a job or something like that. So, the people that falter right away because it's just who they are. No matter what, those people are not going to make it.
So I wonder what kind of underwriting this person that you were talking to does to have such a high default ratio.
No. They're saying if they have a default, 85% of the time it happens within the first 2 years, or 85% of the time it happens within the first 2 years. 95% if they have a default.
I see.
So
they're not necessarily originating the loan; they're buying the most.
No.
The notes after the one buying.
So yes, they are buying, but what they're saying is, out of their foreclosures, if they have 100 foreclosures, 85% of them are within the first 2 years of the note being created.
Okay. That part I get. But what I'm saying is, I wonder how those notes were originated to have such a high default rate. Because, like you said, if somebody put 20% down, that person is committed. Like nobody's gonna lose.
But there's no way you can know. But I'm not talking. But I'm not talking about how high his default rate is. There's nothing's been said about that. So he doesn't have a high default rate. He's only got a 3% default rate.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Out of those 3%, 85% of them will default in the first 2 years. 90% of them default within the first 3 years.
Really? Wow. And these are all homeowners, right?
Yes. Yeah, these are homeowners.
Yeah. Oh.
So it's not a high default. It's just, and we've seen the same thing. I never tracked it into year 3, but almost all of our foreclosures are within the first 2 years of selling a home.
Even with a high down payment?
Yes.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yes. Very, very rare has somebody ever called us and said, I can't afford the payment. I'm works this, or I haven't gotten work. Now, we've also been in a really good economy, so that could change. But that has not been something we've had to worry about at all.
So what do? They stop making the payments and then they go into hide mode?
And they what?
They go into hide mode?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, almost any time somebody stops making a payment, we can't get a hold of them.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, I haven't had that happen. Yeah.
And you'll see the people that are a headache right off the bat. Like, we had one guy, he missed his first payment. He's on year 3 of his loan, and he's been in foreclosure 12 times. He always bails himself out of foreclosure, but he's been in foreclosure 12 times.
Oh my God, how do you manage that? He's trying to break a world record or something?
Oh, he's a nightmare, but
those
you're gonna have those once in a while where they show their true colors right off the bat,
Well, man, yeah, no, I'm so thankful that I haven't had to go through this yet. And I think it has to do a lot with how I underwrite the deal, not just like the down payment, but also the person and I don't know. I guess I'm very
Absolutely. We look
picky.
at the person, we look at their background, we look at, we pull credit reports on everybody. We might, we don't care what their credit score is, but we pull reports. If they owe everybody under the sun money, they're not going to pay you. If they own 4 different phone companies, they just switch phone companies, they're not going to pay you either. Those are the people you avoid,
Right. Oh, for sure. And
the
then
that,
I don't know
that hasn't ever paid student loans, I avoid them because if they don't care enough to pay for their education, then what makes me think they're going to pay for their house?
Right. And I don't know if you get this type of borrowers, which I'm certain you have to get, the ones that always pay late, but they always catch up with the payments.
Yep, we got tons of those, and I've sat down with people and said, you paid an extra $1,400 on your house last year because you refused to pay on time. Just pay on time. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will. Very next month, late. It's like, okay.
I have one of my borrowers. The day that she pays on time, I have to call her and find out if everything is okay.
Now, my favorite is the ones who pay. My favorite is the ones who pay late, but they always pay. We make a lot of extra money. I think we made $50,000 last year on late fees.
Yeah, you want them to pay late, don't you?
Sometimes, you do because you like making extra money, but you also want people to be successful.
Right.
But, they're only going to do so much to help
discipline
themselves,
comes before success.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's all what I had for tonight. Very simple questions. Thank you so much for your
All right, man.
answers.
Appreciate it. Always good to talk to you.
Oh, by the way, congratulations on the 400 likes per I think it's per week or per month on Facebook. That's amazing, man. Like you're really blowing up.
Yeah, it's growing really fast. It's been really good. So
are you doing any paid marketing or everything organic?
Everything's organic. We tried doing the paid marketing, but it didn't. We tried doing the paid marketing, but we were getting so much trash in there that we just went back to organic.
That's fantastic, man. You're killing it. I know how hard that is, and you're definitely doing above average for sure.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one. Take care.
All right. You too, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.